Okay, are we got enough people to start?
Yeah, you, me, and yeah, there's 4 of us.
Madam Chair, Val's here, Abby, Carrie, and John. So you have a quorum.
Abby's still muted. Is she having trouble coming in audio, or is she just protecting us from barking dogs?
We had an accident.
What?
We had a small,
TMI.
just
A small
before,
doggy accident?
a little doggy that we know and love, Tootie. Oops.
Accidents happen.
Yeah. Is Ray not here today?
No.
He is not.
Oh, we'll call it together.
We should start.
Yes, please.
I ready to start, Kathy, till I start saying,
Yes, please.
okay. Good afternoon. For the record, I am Diane Coombs, Vice Chair of the Historic District Commission. Members, please say aye when I call your name. Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
Johnny,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Thank you. The staff is Kathy,
Present.
Holly.
Present.
Thank you. This open meeting of the HDC is being conducted remotely, consistent with Governor Baker's executive order of March 12th, 2020. That order, posted with the agenda materials for this meeting, allows public bodies to convene remotely so long as public access to deliberation is reasonably provided. This meeting is convening via Zoom with video and audio recordings, and we are being broadcast via YouTube on the town's YouTube channel. With no member of the public having asked to speak, this particular meeting will not feature a public comment. Materials provided to the members for the meeting or provided during the meeting are, unless otherwise noted, available on the town's website. During the meeting, I will introduce agenda topics and speakers. Please remember to remote your Zoom audio until your name is called, and let all direct comments and questions through the chair to avoid crosstalk and taking a meeting easier for Terry. Lastly, all the votes will be conducted by roll call. With that being said, we will start with the call to order. And Kathy, do we have any changes on the agenda?
No, we do not, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. So we're looking at the agenda. Could I get a motion to approve the agenda as a whole, please?
So moved.
Thank you, Johnny. Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
Johnny,
Aye.
and me. So that takes care of all of that. And so we will now start with the consent, number 1, consent, which have 4 different consents on it. 3 of Brookmere Berrigan and 1 of Don Holgate. So could I get approval of the 1, 2, and 3?
So moved, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Thank you. Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
Johnny.
Now, will you repeat the motion, please?
The motion
To
is to
approve the
approve-
consent agenda.
Okay, thank you. Yes,
1, 2, and 3, and 4, which is Don Holgate. The next one, we're going to start right off with new business, which is 47 Warren's Landing.
Madam Chair, real quickly, this is Kathy. This application was never really opened, but I did put the board on there because it was attached with the minutes. So I just wanted to make you aware that it was never really discussed.
Okay, well,
Okay,
with the exception of Ray, which isn't here, the rest of the board is who's here, and Carrie will come in and step in as alternate. Okay,
Yes.
so do we have anybody here to discuss it all?
Yes, Joe Paul here from BPC. How are you?
Hello, Joe. How are you? I think
I'm good,
We did
thanks.
do part of. We did one on Tuesday night, did we not?
Yeah, well, on Tuesday night, we reviewed 36 Warren's Landing. And I don't know if you recall, but I think it was last Tuesday or Thursday, this application was the last item on the agenda. And
Right.
the Nantucket advisory comments were read, and they said that we are in the Nantucket area plan that limited us to 25 feet of height, but that was actually not correct. And I got a message actually from Linda Williams over the weekend, who I guess had heard about this and said, this is definitely not in the village residential zone. This is in lug 2. So this is why it's back on the agenda. There really weren't any comments from the board because one area of our building is 28 feet tall and the other one is 25'10", but the board saw the 25-foot limitation in error and said, well, it looks like you need to go back to the drawing board. So there weren't any comments made.
Okay.
That's a long preamble, but so if it looks familiar, it's because we did kind of walk through these photographs as you wrap around.
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah, so the photograph in the middle is the existing cottage that's there, and our proposed home is going essentially on that footprint. And the site plan, which is back a page, shows that grayed area right where the hand is. That's the existing cottage, and our proposed dwelling is going right in that location. When eventually we'll be submitting a move-off permit for that existing cottage. It looks like it's going to go in the neighborhood. So this is the existing structure. These are the the proposed structure. These are the 4 views. And if you don't mind, I just want to do a super quick screen share, if I could, that I think might help to clarify this. Is that okay?
It's all right. If Kathy can do it, yes.
I'll hit share screen. Can you,
Okay, it says, I think we have it, don't we now? There it is.
yeah. So
Is that
I
it?
just wanted to show, this is a 3D view from the driveway, basically, as you're looking in. There's a 10-foot deep porch that wraps around this that gets infilled in a few locations. And then as you're on the driveway, we're looking at the front door here. So the front part of this, I just wanted you to understand the mitigating effect of the porch in terms of its height or its perceived mass, and then also these overscaled windows here are serving as a porch that's been sort of infilled on the front. And that's well, that's not relevant. That's a neighbor's house across the street. So anyway, that's the end of my screen share. I just wanted to be able to have you see that, because I think it's more informative in some ways than the two-dimensional elevations. And I'm happy to go back to it if you need.
Which is
The-
which view do you have that is seen from the street?
The south, the bottom right, because we're really looking at the side of the house. If you go back up 2 pages for a second, Holly, just to look at the site plan just real quickly. The short side of the house, which is the south from left to right, is angled towards Warren's Landing Road. And then you can see the north-south arrow in the right upper middle right of that page. So if you go down
Okay.
2 pages, if you go down 2 pages to the elevations, then the top left one is the northeast that faces into their driveway. And the bottom right is what faces the road. And that's that first 3D image that I shared with you. And then southwest faces towards the neighbors, across the neighbor's lot, where there's actually a view easement to benefit this property owner. And then
Okay.
the
Is
west
that
elevation.
line is?
Yeah, on the site
Okay.
plan, you can see that.
Yeah. All right, thank you, thank you.
Okay.
So, what else would you like to tell us? Anything else?
A natural, well, cottage corners, and we've got a natural cedar roof, and we have all natural trim, actually.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's begin. Abby, are you ready?
Well, I just have a few things to say about the massing, in that the old cottage was sort of more in keeping with Nantucket. It does have a really long ridge line. Sorry about the dog. And the cupola does break that up, but you know, it's a large mass, and you know, it's still a delicate area. So I would kind of like to see this scaled down in general. The cupola, like I love a cupola, but those windows are horizontal. I think it's a really nice design, Paul, but or is it Joe?
It's Joe Paul.
Oh, Paul.
I answer to both.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't want
No
to use
problem.
your surname like we're in the army or something. But anyway, let me hear from other people that know this area better. So I'll hold my thoughts. Thanks.
Okay,
Madam Chair.
thanks a lot. Carrie, can I hear what you've got to say?
Sure. I agree with Abby in just that the middle roof is just pretty darn long. And then with that other gable, I'm looking at the southwest because I think the southwest will be seen from Warren's Landing Road. It's very open out there. I was there not too long ago. And the style of this building, I think, is in keeping with what's out, the newer things that are out there. But I agree with Abby that it just seems a little long in that middle section, and the cupola does help break it up some. But the other thing is on that southwest elevation, all that fenestration it's not simple like the other side, and I wish it were. The flanking windows and the transoms above, it's just a little chaotic, and some simplification there would go a long way, because I do think that elevation will be visible. And yeah, the cupola should have different lights in there. I think that's it for now.
All right. Val,
I agree with what's been said. I was actually going to say something similar to Carrie on the southwest, that the pane configurations are chaotic with small little windows above large glass panes. I'd eliminate the transoms completely. The side that faces the road is the most successful to me, because it's simple. And the southwest and northeast, I don't know. It feels a little lopsided with the cupola where it is on the longer sides. And the glass panes in the cupola are more horizontal. I think the north and the south are the best because they're simple forms and simple windows. I would say it's the two longer sides that need a little finessing and maybe something other than a cupola.
Okay, thank you. Johnny?
Yes, thank you. I have a couple of comments. One, the cupola should disappear. It's not compatible to this size building to begin with, and it's out of character as the rest of it. And the other one is on the northeast elevation, upper left. Change that front door to a, instead of a 4 glass door panel, it should be changed to a regular house door. Thank you. That's my comment.
Okay. I think my comments are that I'm sure this will surprise you, Joe, is that there are too many mulled windows. I agree with the Southwest. I think that Tristram's Landing, Warren's Landing, is a simpler place, unless they've changed an awful lot. Last time I was out there, it isn't. I don't think of those buildings as being quite as formal. I would like to see that you have very little real one-story breakdown, one story added on. And I would like to see that. This is a long ridge on the top, particularly on that southwest elevation. It's very long and straight. There's nothing that interrupts it. On that particular view, I think the cupola is too big, and the window panes, are certainly wrong. I would prefer, if you had a choice, to have a chimney up there rather than a cupola, because it isn't a barn. I don't believe. I would like to see some of the mulled windows separated on the northeast elevation on the second floor left-hand gable. The more complicated windows on the southwest elevation has been mentioned several times, that it is not appropriate. The southeast elevation does seem to be a little less chaotic, but I would truly like, you seem to have enough land there to bring some of that down so it isn't just a rectangular building in Warren's Landing. So those are suggestions. I would think perhaps if we could get a motion to hold for some revisions, it would be good.
Motion to hold for revisions.
Okay, Johnny, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
I
Johnny's aye, and I am an aye. Thanks, Joe. We'll do the studio now. Unless you want the studio and the pool to track with the main house.
You know what, can I just introduce them just so you see where they are? My gut feeling is
Sure.
that we should probably just track them. I mean, well, there's the site plan, so the intention is that the pool and the the studio are insulated somewhat from the street by the proposed structure. And there's also some significant vegetation along Warren's Landing Road. And I've also assumed that any pool approval is going to have the caveat that it's not visible from the road in perpetuity, which implies populating this with some more plantings. So just looking at the site plan, I think that when we submit the house revisions, I think I'll just populate this with some more of the plantings. And then this structure is a single story structure that services the pool, but it's also got a like small kitchenette in there. So it's, it's not all open, it's partially enclosed. I mean, I don't know if you want to comment on this structure or not. If you have time, that would be great. But I don't mind it tracking.
Okay,
Madam Chairperson, could we notch it up three notches, please? I can't read it.
Joe, this is the 25'6" building.
Oh, no, the 25'10" building is what was it was the secondary mass on the house that we just looked at. So I don't have, let's see, the height of this structure.
18.9. I just found it.
Oh, okay.
18.9.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll start with Johnny.
Yes, you want comments?
Yes, let me have your comment.
Okay, could we go to the south elevation, please?
Yeah, that's the one that faces the pool.
Okay. Where the location is, I've been out there. Anything above the first floor will be visible on this lot from a traveled way or a street. So I can't say too much on it. I just want to pass on it. Someone else.
Okay. Val.
It's a simple building, which is appreciated and low in stature. I'm not, I like the west and the east a lot. I'm not sure about the north and the south. With the wing configuration. But that's all I have. I almost would prefer it to be the other way, but let's see what everyone else thinks.
Is it natural to
All
weather?
righty. Carrie.
Go ahead.
It's all natural to weather. Sorry to interrupt, with black windows and doors.
Yeah, I appreciate that it's a relatively small building and what you're trying to do. It's the proportions somehow, the gable to the shed sides are just a little off, that it's a little uncommon, but it's kind of got some quirkiness to it, which I kind of like. So it's a little bit complicated. That north elevation, the lack of windows makes it look like a beach hat to me. That sounds crazy, but does the road curve around and go to the back of this lot on that north side?
Actually, you know what? I think clicking on the site plan, which is up 2 pages, would be super helpful
That would
because,
help.
yeah, you know what? It's probably the locus that would be informative. There's a, and it's hard for you to zoom in on that. You know what? I think I should provide a bigger locus. The long and short of it is that there's a house off of Eel Point Road that you can see in that locus that is right at our property line here. You can see it there, and it's a 2-story building in the back. So that elevation without fenestration on it is meant to actually give our clients some privacy. The location of this is, I mean, it works well relative to the pool and so forth, but the neighbor's property on Eel Point Road kind of looms over this client's yard. It backs up right against this. So it's meant to help mitigate the effect of the neighbor being right there at that
Okay, so
location.
there's no public way that's gonna see that lack of
That-
windows, and that it does make sense what you're saying, sort of.
Yes,
blocking
correct.
out.
Yeah, you'd have to be basically in the setback of my client's property to see that elevation that's under fenestrated.
Right, and all the glass on that south side could be seen from Warren's, but it's one story. It's on the first floor, obviously, and it's very far away from the road.
Correct. And I'm assuming that we're going to need to have some landscape screening anyway between Warren's Landing and the pool, at least 4 to 5 feet tall, grasses and natural vegetation that's going to further mitigate the visibility of those French doors that are facing the pool.
Yeah, keeping it natural and sort of dune hardy, because it's sandy out there.
Right. I mean, our client doesn't want to spend money to feed the wildlife. So it's really going to be a natural landscape.
Got it. Thanks.
Picky, picky. Let me just ask you a question, Joe, with this plan being up right now, there's a lot 2. This has been divided and we haven't seen lot 2, right? That's existing and going on.
Oh, yeah, excellent question. This client used to own both of these properties and has sold off lot 2. It's owned independently, but the dashed lines on the south part of lot 2, which indicate various view easements, were done for the benefit of what we've got labeled as lot 3. So I've included both just because it's the most immediate neighbor and the view easement somewhat affects the location of the main house, but it's a standalone lot. Lot 3 is 47 Warren's Landing, and this doesn't represent like the beginning of a development. In other words, it's all.
No,
This is
all
the
right.
end user.
I just didn't know how those view easements fit in, and I hope to, it was separated and not trying to work. Well, would anybody want to make a motion to do something with this, or do you
I would
want to?
hold till we make sure the house is sorted out.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
didn't
so
get a chance to say anything, but I'll wait and if we're holding for revisions to say anything, I guess.
well, we'll hold it to track with the main house, which gives him time, and the pool also. And so we get to know what and where the main house will be, and then that will give us
How big is
a
the
better
pool?
idea.
I don't know off the top of my head, Val. You have to zoom in.
I
18
can't.
Oh, sorry, it's 18 by 38.
Okay. Just curious.
Can I ask a quick question? This, I guess, kind of goes back to the previous application, but do you think it would be helpful if we slid this main house back from Warren's Landing at all? Would that help
Yes.
mitigate? Okay. We do have a little bit of flexibility. I just want to know if I should be factoring that into my revision considerations.
Madam Chairperson?
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Yes,
Are
thank you, Joe.
Are
Yes,
you open?
John.
Is this video,
Where-
is it painted?
Natural to
We're
weather.
holding,
Well, one
everything is
person
natural
can
from
speak.
weather.
I'm answering the question.
Yes, I'm listening. Is it natural or is it painted?
It's black and the rest is natural, as
not
is the
natural.
house.
All right, and leaving it natural, I'll make a motion to prove it as it is with natural.
No, we
We just
have
got
a
motion
motion
to
on-
hold it.
You have a motion.
yes, we have a motion to hold it and track with the house, so we get to see the house and then how this will fit in. So would you like to vote on that? It being, we are holding to track with the main house.
So moved.
Okay, thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Johnny's been an aye, so that's done. Thank you, Joe, very much. We'll see you.
Thank you, everybody.
Good. John is an aye too.
Madam Chair, was that motion for both the
Yes.
studio and the pool?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I said that. I said that.
Now you got,
Okay, our next one is, yes, Johnny.
now we got the pool to
Our
do.
next one is,
Uh,
no, we're not doing the pool. We are tracking the pool with the main house. And we're tracking the studio with the main house. Now we're going to go to 30 Pine Street. Angus McLeod. Angus, are you there?
Good afternoon. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good. So there are just a few loose ends here. We have an outdoor shower that we want to pull closer in away from the lot line towards the house. And there's a skylight between a dormer. The last time you guys saw this, it's between the dormer that was created and an extension of, not extension, but a gable addition on the back. So it's pretty invisible. And then there are the AC units there with a fence to screen them from the street.
Okay. So, Abby, you know this area pretty well.
Madam Chair, I do have HSAB comments for your consideration.
Already. Yes, please, please.
So this, for refresh your memory, this is a 1865, 2.5-story typical Nantucket. HSAB's very minor comments were about the visibility of the AC unit and to make the fence higher if needed. As you can see here, I'll zoom in. You might still be able to see it. So that was their concern, is that visibility of the AC unit from the public way. Those are their comments. Thank you, Madam Chair.
What about the skylight? They didn't have anything to say about the skylight.
No, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty. Abby,
Madam Chair, could you confirm that I'm on this one?
we all are.
Is this new business?
Yep.
Okay. I thought you said we'd seen it before.
No,
So,
that was the previous one.
okay, so the combination of 9/9s and 6/6s, is that to give it sort of a, it's been renovated a long time ago look? Or what is the intention there?
Sorry
know.
to interrupt. The application is for what is bubbled. So the rest exists.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I'm in favor of what HSAB said. Just making
Okay,
it higher. Yeah, thank you.
thank you. Carrie,
I agree. I think all of this is invisible from the public way. And I think Angus has done a fine job of improving where certain things are. I agree with HSAB. The fence could get a little higher if it needs to be, but looks good.
alrighty. Val,
I agree. I was a little confused because at the end of the application were some more pages with bubbles like the dormer and the gable, but I surmised that was the previous approval now that he's explained it. So I'm good with this.
all right, thank you. Johnny,
Yes, do we have photos of the structure?
We just had, I don't know, there they are. I thought we had them.
Well, you gotta know what you're doing. It's 30 Pine Street. They want a skylight.
They're on the screen, John.
Is it visible or is it not visible?
It's tucked in between a dormer, and HACCP does not have a problem with it. They say it's not visible.
Okay, can you clarify that with a photo? That's why we're getting in trouble.
There is the drawing,
Right?
and there is the front of Pine Street. There is the side of Pine Street.
Madam Chair, if I can address the question. That top picture that shows new shingles, that is the gable that extends out towards the back. And on the other side of that gable, on the main roof plane facing the back, is the skylight. So it's not visible.
Okay, thank you very much. So Don, does that answer your question?
No, I want to know if I want an answer to the 30 Pine Street, the skylight. My main question is, if the skylight's between two dormers on the back side, I'd like to know that. There are no photos of the application. We shouldn't have taken it.
There are photos.
There's photos
Where are they?
everywhere.
I'm looking at a Zoom unit
Right there.
on a camera on my computer.
There's
The
there
bottom
is
photo.
there is the picture, the bottom one,
That's the question. Where's the picture?
the bottom picture.
I'm still looking.
Well, it's right there. There are two pictures, and the bottom one is the picture of the back of the house. There's the little hand showing you exactly where the skylight is.
Wait a minute, see if I can move this around here. It's in the old historic area is what really bothers me.
Skylights are allowed.
Oh,
I believe as long as it's not visible and it's not on the front of the house, that skylights are allowed.
did anybody view it? That tells me something, doesn't it?
John, you can't see this
Hey,
from anywhere but
yeah.
on the property.
Oh, somebody make a motion to approve it as I submitted it. If we're not going to play with it.
We're not playing with it. Do you mind if I get your questions answered and then we'll get to a motion? Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve.
thank you. Harry,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
John,
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. So everybody has approved, motion to approve as submitted. Thank you, Angus.
Thank you. Have a good afternoon.
The next one is 72 Pacoma Road.
Hi, everybody. How long is this meeting today?
I think it's until,
It's at, Madam Chair, it's at 2:30. We have a hard stop at 2:30.
yes, thank you.
Yes, 2:30.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Hi,
So
how
what,
are you?
good, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you. I'm
All
parked
right.
along the in New Hampshire at a rest stop. Ah,
Good timing.
yeah, so these three applications are for 72 Pacoma Road, which you guys will either know as the Anlinger House or the Kittredge House. They were built in 1990. And so the first two applications are for a demo or move of the main house and pool house. It's unfortunately a timber frame, so it's not an easy building to renovate or add on to. And so we're considering maybe moving bits, using parts of it on the property as a whole. But and somebody has expressed interest as taking parts of it at this point. But we are requesting a demo and move of those two structures at the moment. And then there is a new house replacing those. The site is located off of Pockmore Road down to Proprietor's Way. So there's very little, I don't think any visibility from Pockmore Road.
What's the age of the building?
1990.
Okay,
I think Sam Hill built it.
so this is just a condition to move off or demo the main house. All right. Or we could, if you want to keep
Motion
one.
to approve.
All right. Thank you. Carrie,
I hope they can find homes for parts of it.
right. Abby,
Yeah, I think it's a good idea to save as much as you can and save lumber costs and construction. Sounds like a good idea to me.
very good. Johnny,
Hi, my comment is that it's in 1990, makes it 11 years old. I know the house. I don't think it's anything really pertinent that this here is or is not in the immediate surroundings of the old HTC. It's out of town. So if they want to demolish it, I'd like to get a preview of an idea of what's going to take its place, whether it's the same size.
you're going to do the what's going to take its place in just a minute. So, Val,
On my motion, aye.
aye, and I'm an aye on your motion. So can we do the same thing where you make the next same motion for the second one, the pool house?
Yep.
Don't we all
Okay.
have to say aye? I mean,
Who
This
didn't-
isn't the right application. I noticed this on the link too. This is Joe Paul's.
yeah, the last one.
Yeah,
No, it's a glitch on the link.
We do need to finish that vote, though. Abby and I did not vote.
Abby, vote.
Yeah, aye.
Thank you very much.
And I'm an I.
You're an aye.
I have a question for Lisa. Lisa, can the cottage move?
Again, possibly. We're just asking for the demo or move of both of them because they're both right where the main house is now going to go.
Yeah.
But again, I think it's a question of whether how far, if you can get it out of the site easily, and then how far it can go. Just because it's way at the end of Pockmore Road. So we're hoping it can go. It can be moved or used.
Okay.
So, Val, are you going to make a motion with that in mind?
Yes, I make that motion to move
Okay.
or demo the cottage.
All right, thank you. Carrie,
I.
Abby,
Aye.
John,
Repeat the motion, please.
to move or demo the cottage, to move or demo the pool house it is.
Yes, I'm in
Thank
favor.
you. And Val,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. So that takes care of those buildings. And now we're on to the new dwelling.
Yeah, so the new dwelling is located just about where the old house was, or is, I should say currently. It's a hair smaller, not by much. It will be relocated away from the resource area just a bit from the bluff. So currently the current house is in the resource area. And it's a, gambrel. I'm not sure what else to say about it. We're trying to keep the eaves low and give it a little bit more, a lot of roof on the horizon versus a lot of second floor wall. There's some single story massing, lots of porches. I think that's it.
Okay, all righty.
Scroll up a little, yeah.
You want to start, Val?
Sure, I just had a question for Lisa because the site plan and the floor plan shows that there isn't as much first floor porch as there is on the elevation, and I just thought maybe.
Oh, yeah. You know what happened? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me just go. I think on the back, we ended up extending that porch all the way down that elevation, and the site plan might not have gone updated.
Okay.
You're correct. If look at
I
the
just
site
didn't
plan,
know which way. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it's a handsome house and is very nicely styled. Appropriate.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Carrie.
I agree, but on the back side, which is the water side, right?
Yep.
It's just really bothering me that the center section is not aligning the doors and the second floor deck above. I appreciate that there's not humongous second floor decks exactly where the hand is going up and down. It's drawing my eye to that, and it's a little strange. But I'm wondering, how far from the water is this?
It's a distance. I mean, 50 feet back from the bluff, from the research area.
And it's a high bluff there?
Yeah. I don't think the visibility is there. I understand what you mean, Carrie. It's something that I've been contemplating, but haven't come up with a good solution. But I think the visibility is not going to be there.
Yeah, and obviously from the street as well. But I agree with Val, it's a good looking house. And it's not much longer than the existing house, so. That's all.
Okay. Abby,
Do we have a picture of a photograph showing this house on the old foundation? It just looks like super large to me, like 3 houses combined. It takes up the.
Well, if you look at the site plan, you can see the dotted line of the old house under it, Abby,
Yeah.
if she blows it up. So it's really the same length as the other house. I mean, I think it definitely has a little bit more second floor massing, but I think, the visibility is pretty good.
Right. Okay. Thank you for, I needed to see that picture. I just, I wish, could we go back to the elevations, either the, it doesn't matter. East is fine. No, it's a really good looking house. It reminds me of Greenwich, Connecticut, though. I wish it had more additive massing. It's just a little bulky to me. I don't, when we looked at the previous, the existing cottages or whatever, they seem to have a lower profile. So I'm a little, it's a little massive for me, but that's what I got, Madam Chair.
thank you very much, Abby. John,
Yes, thank you. I'd like to see the east elevation, please.
it's right there.
All right, take it up 3 notches, please. I can read it. Okay, if that's the east elevation I've taken is the front door. That should be changed to a better style than that for where it's going. The main structure, it doesn't show the height.
It does. It's 28 feet, I think, 20 feet, 2 inches.
Okay, I find the way it is, it's either be a half a farmhouse or a half a home, but I think it's compatible for the neighborhood.
Okay. Are you finished, Johnny? I guess so. Lisa, what color are the shutters going to be?
Let me just double check. I think at this point they didn't write them down. So they could be, let's just say it's open for discussion. We haven't talked to the client about that, but we could make them, whatever you like for approval, and then I could come back. I'm not sure what color she's thinking. Maybe Folger blue or something in that range.
Okay,
Essex
Uh,
green.
Essex green, I think would be good, but anyway, see what they want. I have just one thing, and I bet you can't guess. I would like to see some reduction in the number of mulled windows. I think perhaps on the east elevation, on the west gable, under the two windows and the two little windows, is to separate, if unless there's a reason for them to be in there. Um, there practically, I counted up when I was going over this. The west has 5 sets, and the east has 3 sets, and the
Yeah,
east, it's all
Yeah.
mulled, and it's kind of
Yeah.
a lot. I don't know anybody else would be concerned, but you know that it's one thing that I bring up a lot.
Yes,
and
I do realize that.
every gable has them in it. I
think, the only thing I could say, Diane, is I don't think the east is really going to be visible.
Okay.
But if it's an issue, I can certainly, take care of the second floor windows, and certainly also from the west, I don't think you'll see the first floor at all.
no,
just
I don't
given the
think it's the
proximity of
first
it.
floor. These were
And
most of them were up in the gables, and it just struck me as out there. Pocomo Road is a funny road. Some of it's very formal and some of it's informal. So, and I agree with Abby that it would be nice if it came down. What is the length of the whole building?
hold on, I got to go back to the application. It is 126 feet.
Okay. I don't know. I like the house very much. I just would like to see it come down and give some real first class first floor part without being just a porch or whatever. It is
Well, there is first floor program on the right. Maybe it's just not enough, but again, it's a very big lot. I think it can hold a large house. If you look at the site plan, it's very large compared to all the other properties around it.
Yeah,
And there
no,
are
no,
buildings out there, so.
I'm not saying it's. I just wondered what the length of the building was.
Yeah.
So
it's a little longer than what's there now.
Yeah.
Looks a little
7
shorter.
feet. Yeah, it might be. This includes the porches
Yeah.
at 126. What did I say? And then the other one was 119, according to our notes. I think it's a nice looking house. I'm hoping I can.
I think it's a very nice looking house. It was just.
I think it's 670 feet off the road, and that's what we would see it from. So based on that, I think it's approvable as is, and I would make that motion.
All right. Thank you, Val. I will take that motion. John?
Yes, I'd like to answer a quick question. Somebody just said that the new house is just a little bit longer than the old one. What's the definition of a little bit?
7
Right
feet.
now,
6.5 feet, Johnny. Anyway, would you take a vote on approving it as submitted? Johnny? Abby?
Yeah, I appreciate the design. I think it's a very pretty house. It's nicely balanced and everything. It's just too large. It's just too large. So I'm going to, I could just abstain, I think. I think it's gonna pass, so I'm okay with that. Thank you.
Okay. Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
John,
I think he's frozen.
Good.
okay. The, I will say aye, so it passes 3-1, okay?
Thank you very much, guys.
All right. So the next
Have a great rest
one,
of your day.
Safe travels.
Thank
The
you
next
very
one-
much. I appreciate it.
thank you. The next one is 4 Old Quidnet Milk Road.
Quick, but-
Diane, I have to abstain from this. This is a client of mine.
All righty. So we have Abby, Val, we have 4. So is he here? Here?
Thank you.
Thanks, Tobias. There are 4 members to vote on it tonight. I don't, this afternoon. I don't know if you want to continue.
I'm here, Miss Coombs.
All right, so that's okay with you, that you have 4, not 5?
That's fine, Miss Coombs.
And it looks
All right.
like John is gone. But
I
cut
thought he
to
was
the
frozen.
chase. You can't see these houses from anywhere.
Yeah, I think you've got a good crowd, Toby.
Yeah, no. You can't see these from anywhere. So they are behind a hill in the woods.
Yep. I even went and looked. You know I did.
That's what I love about you, Val.
I'm consistent.
I love that. I love it.
So based
Okay,
on
so
my,
let's have a motion on the first one.
I would
the-
motion to approve both of these based on the lack of visibility.
Okay, thank you very much. Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
She can't vote on it. She's
oh,
off
that's
it.
what you can't vote on. Val,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Does anybody, I don't see John back.
No. So
right.
congrats to Tobias. That's a record.
There you go. And the next one, Tobias, is 4 Quaker Road.
Lovely. Great. So real quick, this is across, I don't know, it's on Quaker Road. It's on the back side of the building, so you cannot see it from Quaker Road at all. We went to the in-town advisory, historic advisory. They approved it unanimously. Black panels on a black roof. It's on the back. You can't see it from anywhere.
I concur.
All right,
I would motion to approve this as well.
okay, so can I take?
Madam Chair,
that? Yes.
I just
yeah,
wanted to reiterate, as I always do, HSAB comments, that is true. They review this on April 26th. No concerns due to lack of visibility and the type of architecture this is, which is 1940s. They did, however, have a comment about for the panels to sit no more than 4 inches off the roof. Not sure if that's something that can be done, but those are their comments. Thank you.
Okay, I thought they were always about that height off the roof.
Yeah, they're always pretty much there. There are some cases where we have like funky roofs where they do end up being a little higher to get them facing flat. But on this, I don't want to say it's a new roof, but it's a very flat roof. They'll be 4 inches off.
In a very shallow pitch.
Yeah, and we're always trying to get them lower. So always working towards that. We want them as close as possible.
Okay, Toby, thank you very much. So, Abby,
Abby?
Val,
On my motion, aye.
okay, and Abby, that was on Val's motion and I.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Toby, I think I've got a career for you. I think if we had custom solar panels, like you can order a custom rug to fit the roof plane, it would be fabulous. Lot line to lot line, roof to roof. Work on that.
I'm working on, I have tried, as you know, I'm always trying new things. And
I
we're
know
all-
you are. You're an entrepreneur, and I see that ahead of you.
No, I'm not an entrepreneur. I'm just a regular guy trying to save the planet.
Right. Well, me too. So
Yeah,
I'm with
Exactly.
it. I'm with it too,
Yeah.
Toby. So there you are. And
I think I need to vote aye.
oh, you can be on this one. Okay, super. So you got a four vote, nothing against. Thanks a lot, Toby, for coming.
Yeah, I've got one more on the next new business, so maybe I'll see you later, maybe not.
Either later or Tuesday, hopefully. Okay.
Great, thank you so much. Have a nice afternoon.
Okay, Toby. Thank you. The next one is 11 Western Avenue.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I need to recuse from this one because I'm working with the client who's getting rid of the house.
Okay. You saved the house? Great. Great. All right. So, who is it? Permits Plus. Who have we got today for Permits Plus?
Greetings, Diane. Mark IV here.
Hi, Mark. Okay, what would you like to tell us?
There's been a long-going conversation with the Conway Family Trust to remove this dwelling from the site. Val Oliver has been involved in the new design components here. The object is to move this simple Cape Cod style home to Hooper Farm Road, which will be your next application.
It says you're removing the chimney and the little addition. What if you're taking the whole house? Do we need to do the specifics that you've given us?
I think when you look at the next application, you will see that the house cannot be moved to the new site as is. The porch is on piers and cannot be removed. The chimney services a oil-fired flue and will not be used in this concept.
Okay, I understand now. Thank you. Except you're removing the door.
We are not removing anything on the main mass of the building.
Oh,
We
you
are
know what?
simply removing other components that do not fit in our proposed location.
Okay, all right. So can I get a motion?
Madam
to
Chair,
approve?
before you do, if I may.
Yep.
So as you all aware that this is not in the old historic district. However, obviously the entire island is a historic district and a National Historic Landmark. There is a survey on file from the HDC and available on Macris for this structure. It is a circa 1950s cape. So I wanted to indicate that for the record. It does obviously go back to post-war traditional architecture. That was not included, nor was anything about the age of the structure included in the application, but I just want to notate that for the record that I am looking at these. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Can I see us? Oh, I just missed it. I dropped something and missed it. The site plan. I'm trying to see where it is on Western Ave.
This side.
I know where Western Ave is. I was a mailman, Johnny. I just want to remember where this building was. Okay. All right, so everything is going over and we didn't know the true age, right, Holly?
Circa 1950, and it is listed as contributing to the
Oh.
NHL, just so for the record.
Okay, thank you. So, Abby, let me have your thought
I'm in favor.
of moving it.
Yeah,
Okay,
Hooper Farm Road would love that house.
right. Carrie,
Yeah, I like the idea that it's contributing and it can move and contribute over to Hooper Farm. The rear
think-
dormer almost roof of end to end is sort of an indicator that it is one of the earlier buildings, because that would not be approved today.
No. But it looks like it will fit in nicely over there.
Yep.
All right, Johnny,
I'm right here.
may I have a motion? We have a motion. May I get your vote on moving this to Hooper Farm Road?
I have no problem with it. I'll move it.
Everybody?
It was built in the 50s when I grew up in that area. It's a non-contemporary house. You can move it, as far as I'm concerned. You want the motion? I'll give you the motion to move it. Where's the
No,
mo-
I have a motion to move it. Val made a motion.
No, Abby, I think.
Abby made a motion. Val is off it because she's working on it. So Carrie, you said aye.
Yep.
Johnny said aye.
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
aye, and I say aye. So there you go, Mark. You got it moved.
Thank you.
And the next one is 17 Hooper Farm Road.
I believe
Um,
I can sit on this, Madam Chair.
Okay, good-o, good-o. Well, you know what's happening, the best of all, so tell us after Mark. Mark, what do you want us to know?
Yes, the object here is to move the balance of the main structure onto this lot, subject to front yard setbacks, side yard setbacks. It really has a limited position available, subject to the proximity of Hooper Farm Road. To be clear, there is a planned addition in the works on the back of the building to be able to accommodate some more space for the client who owns not only 19 Hooper Farm Road, but owns 19B and 17, which is the locus for this particular project.
Madam Chairperson,
Yeah,
I think the matter of this application is compatible to the neighborhood. I think we should approve it.
okay, well, let me get some other people's views and then I'll take your motion. Okay, Johnny, just hold on for a minute. Abby,
So let me get this straight. They're just adding the one building to this, or are they subdividing that lot? So there's lot, yes?
The property has already been subdivided.
Yeah,
So
okay.
there are two additional lots, the one that I'm working on right now at 17 and the one in front of 19B Hooper Farm Road that will be improved in the future.
So what we're looking at the site plan right now, and we're moving the house
Yep.
we just saw to the far right, correct?
That is correct.
And on lot 3, there's already an existing building.
No, on lot 2, lot 1, there's an existing building. There is nothing on lot 3 at this time.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, that's bizarre.
There's different access to lot 1 now.
Madam Chairperson,
yes,
I know this is, this property, I think, is owned by partners, a man and Shushiba Yoshi.
That is correct.
Yeah, I think they own this. And they want to move that building. I can see no reason why not.
All right. Well, sorry, John, I was trying to think and talk at the same time. So, I'm in favor of moving this building to that lot that's proposed, but we're not voting on anything else right now, but I think it's looking to me a little congested, the future for this lot, but for what's in front of us, I'm fine with the move.
okay, thank you very much. Carrie,
I also am in favor of this move.
all right, and Val,
I am as well. I just have a question, because I can't see it. Where is the driveway?
Driveway is in the back of the lot off of Cartwright.
Okay.
Madam Chair, may I ask a
Appropriate house
question?
for this neighborhood?
Yes, you can ask a question, Holly.
Okay, so obviously this is for the move on, but I'm noticing we've got friendship stairs on the facade, and it's not indicated on here. Is that going to be afterthought? I'm not sure if friendship stairs are actually appropriate for a cape.
Right.
That's my comment.
Good point.
To answer that question, we're happy to reserve and preserve the original stair as part of the application instead of what is shown on the site plan. I believe if you look at the elevations that are presented to you, you will see that there are no friendship stairs there.
Yeah, I would like to see the facade remain the way it was on Western Avenue. So,
I hate to stop
Abby,
process.
Yeah, I
When-
just want to hear, no, I'm just wanting to hear, I like this discussion because I'm not familiar with the site and I just, Carrie was about to say something and I,
Well, once the piece on the right is taken off, what kind of windows are we gonna see? Can we see the elevations that are drawn? On the, I guess it's this one. This is where.
That's it.
Nope, that's the
No,
other
The
side.
other side. So we want to
That's
see,
the kitchen side.
we want to see the
And
east.
that is proposed side when the porch is removed.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay, that's good. That answers my question and I'm fine with that.
the ganged windows in the second floor exist, by the way, Diane. Just telling you.
darn, I did notice that.
Yeah, no, that'll be the elevation
There
that
they
faces
are.
Cartwright, so that's good.
Yeah,
We're trying to make minimal changes to make this work economically for the homeowner.
yeah, I get it. I'm in, was there, did somebody okay this? Or were we looking for a motion?
We're looking for a motion.
Motion to approve as submitted.
Okay, Johnny, thank you. Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
Johnny,
Aye.
and I'm an I. So that gives us a full thing for Mark. So you're all set, right?
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Good. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming. And thank you for your application. We have maybe time. Let's see what the next one is. Westmore Club
Okay, close it down.
on dorm A. I beg your pardon?
I said we
It's Westmore Club,
only got a few minutes. You got-
dorm A. Johnny, hush please, just for a minute so I can get it out. Westchester Street, dorm A with Graham Goldsmith Architects. And have we got something, Holly, from Hashab?
No, Madam Chair, this is outside of their scope.
Okay. So. Have we got Goldsmiths here?
I don't see any representative here.
Do we have a representative?
Madam Chair, I don't see anybody.
Motion to hold for representation.
Okay, we should hold 4 and 5 because they're 4, 5, 105. There are 3 of them all for the same thing and they're all the same architect. So could we hold 3, 4, and 5 for representation?
So moved.
Thank you.
Whatever.
Carrie,
Aye.
Abby,
Aye.
You made the motion.
Yeah.
Val,
Aye.
Johnny. Johnny. Well, I'm an I, so that's 4. 4. So the next one is Matt here for quick pergola?
Madam Chair, I do not see Matt or anybody from Emeritus in the queue.
Motion to hold for
There's 3 of
representation.
them. Okay,
Yes.
that is 6 through
16,
8.
17, 8.
Hold for represent. Yep. Okay, thanks, Abby,
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
me, I'm an I. Johnny,
I'm here. Hi.
okay, the other one is 1 Folger Road, it's the studio, Studio Park. Do we have, I
Hello.
don't know who Studio Park is. Are you
That's
here?
James.
Yes, can you hear me?
James? Yes, I
Hello.
can.
Good
So
to see you
what's
guys.
up?
How you doing?
Good. You want to
Um,
start and tell us what you're doing?
Yes, Madam Chairman. This is just a really small studio in the back of 1 Folger Road, which I believe was approved and under construction. It's midway through construction right now. You can see from the photos above. It's a small 2-story studio. It has very, very limited visibility from Sherburne due to the house on the left you can see on the site plan. So it basically matches the main house. You know, upright white trim, white windows, white pergola, cottage corners. That's pretty much it.
Okay. We'll do it quickly because we're going to run out. So, Abby,
Well, sorry, yeah, do you have any room to make it less vertical? It just
I
looks a
know.
little rocket shippy.
Well, the biggest issue is that we're very, very limited on physical size to begin with. It's tight in the corners. The one thing I will say about this is there's pretty distinct drop off from the main house to this back pool area. If you see on the site plan, there's like 3 or 4 steps down. So this will actually appear sunken in about 30 inches more than it appears right now, just sitting flat in its elevated plane. So it's tucked back in the corner. We're at the maximum we can get up to the house. So this is the narrowest that we can make it and physically habitable, to be completely honest. So I don't think it will appear as vertical as it does potentially in the elevation.
Okay, so, sorry, this is Folger Road that's off Blueberry,
Off Sherburne.
Sherburne, okay. So, gosh, this is a pretty tight,
Yeah.
project. If you don't have enough land to make an appropriate architecture, I don't see why your agenda is so packed in. I mean, something's got to give here. You could almost jump from the main building, a swan dive into the swimming pool. So can we go back
Well,
to the site plan again?
we do have some potential to change, say, roof structure so that it appears a little bit less. Potentially, we could turn it into a hip roof facing away from the street, which will obviously
let's hear
receive.
what,
Yeah.
James, let's hear what everybody has to say,
Sure.
and then they'll get their questions to you. Okay, otherwise we're going to run out of time.
Off of myself, can I just finish? I'm trying to understand this. The site behind it or adjacent to it seems to have the same proposal. I mean, is this a development or is what's?
It's two separate. It is 2 separate lots with 2 separate owners right now. It was previously being developed separately. So a lot of this building is also being shielded by the other cabana, which I don't know if the other cabana is fully approved yet. So a lot of this is being blocked by the garage to the west, cabana to the west, main structure to the west. It's almost unviewable, to be completely honest.
And you, the main dwelling, why aren't we starting with the proposed main dwelling? Or it's already there?
Yeah, this was approved. Sophie Metz did the design for this,
Okay.
which is what we're mimicking in the cabana or in the studio.
Right. But if we want to be consistent, we're sort of fighting maximizing sites. So I'd like to hear what my other board members have to say. Thank you.
Sure.
All right, Abby, thank you. Carrie?
I wholeheartedly agree with Abby. I don't think a 2-story building this size footprint makes any sense anywhere, even if it is reduced 30 inches from the main grade. It doesn't read right at all to me. Sorry.
Not a dwelling either,
Yeah.
technically.
And I think the space between the first floor and the second floor is humongous. And you could make it a 1-story thing if you were going to do anything. I think that we should best hold for revisions and see what happens.
Could we also ask for, I noticed a lot of levels of, elevation changes. Looking at the photographs, it looks like there's some elevation changes.
Correct.
Could we get some clarification on that when you come back as to
Certainly.
how much land is
Yeah,
being?
we should have the elevations. We should have the elevations of the main house so we can see that it runs with that.
Okay.
I do have some comments, Madam Chair, before we close up shop here.
Okay. Make them up.
James,
Say-
I think you'd be better served to try and emulate the wings on the main mast, which are 1.5 stories with dormers to make up your space. I think that would go a long way.
It's a programmatic challenge for that one, but we'll work on it.
And maybe some height poles.
I think if we're able to elevate it in conjunction with the main house, and if we're clearer on the physical elevations and the drop off in the actual elevation itself, it'll read a little bit better. But we can also work on potentially bringing the ridge height down, or potentially breaking it into more of 1.5 stories. It's just a challenge to physically get something in that space, but we'll work on it.
Yeah. It's kind of like
have lawn.
Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
It's kind
I
of like
said
a pool
just-
house with 2 stories, which is kind of unusual.
It's a small studio, but it's a tight physical space to fit a staircase into it. That's the real challenge. And short of attaching it to the main house, which we're kind of physically up against it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they just shouldn't have it. Just saying.
Well, that's a me problem to figure out, I guess.
Change the program.
So we bet. Why
Hold
don't
for
I get a
revision.
motion?
And
Thank
some
you.
more information.
Yeah. Aye.
Trust- Aye. Carrie,
Aye.
Johnny,
Aye.
and I'm an aye. Abby, you made the motion.
Aye.
You make aye. So everybody is in with that hold for revisions
I appreciate it. Thank you.
and include the elevation of the main building, please.
Certainly.
So we see what it looks like. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay.
Have a good one.
Excuse
I
me,
think,
Madam Chair, this is Matt. Do you have a quick second?
Yeah.
Sorry,
You have
I
5
actually, you
minutes.
guys just skipped over my applications. I was watching on YouTube. I thought that those dormitories were ahead of me. And I tried to log on when you guys were, got to my applications, and I don't know how that works. Hopefully I don't go to the back of the line. Am I just next in line, or how does that work?
I can interject, Madam Chair. Just because of COVID right now, we're not doing that. We'll just leave you right on.
Okay. So I'll be
Yeah, the length of the agenda, actually, not specifically COVID, but as a
So I'll just be at the top of the agenda. I'm so sorry. Like sometimes there's an echo with Zoom, so I watch on YouTube, and when I think we're getting close, I'll switch over to the Zoom, and it happened so quickly, and they skipped those dorms. So I apologize. I was watching the whole time. I just missed you guys, so I'm sorry.
That's all right. So,
Okay.
Kathy, are you saying he will be on Tuesday, right?
Yes, so the ones that weren't reviewed today, I'm just gonna leave on until Tuesday. Due to the extreme length of the agenda, it's not fair to kick them down and have to wait another 2 months or a month.
Well,
Okay,
since we have
All
a
right, thank
hard
you.
stop at 2:30, I think we shouldn't do any more.
He should be
no,
in.
it's a hard close, so we have to.
I think
Matt,
you have 4 minutes, I think. I'm just kidding, Mel. Just kidding.
Board of Health
All right.
next.
Thank you.
Ever the optimist, aren't you?
I'm trying, what other choice do I have?
Motion to adjourn.
Anyway, when we start on Tuesday, we'll do Low Beach Road, 26 Easy Street, and 95 Westchester. Okay.
In the Westmore Club.
Right.
Westchester, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just telling Matt what he was going to be doing. I wasn't telling Westmore that they weren't going to be there. That's all.
Okay, and sorry, this is Adam Davis representing the Westmore. I was just checking in if I had missed it. I was also YouTubing.
You will be
Not enough time
on
now.
Tuesday night. Excuse me. You will
Okay.
be Tuesday night
Okay, thank you.
where you are now. So you won't be dropped to the end of the month.
Okay,
okay.
thank you. Thank you.
That's dorm A and B. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, Kathy. Thank you. See you then. Kathy, are we all set?
Motion.
We are all set.
We don't have to approve any minutes or anything.
No, you're good.
So can I get a motion to adjourn?
Aye.
Johnny, you are good at that. Motion to adjourn,
And
John?
Right.
Motion to adjourn, Madam Chair.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Abby.
Have a good weekend.
Aye.
Carrie,
Aye.
Val,
Aye.
me, I'm an I, and Johnny, are you still there?
And Abby.
No,
I did it already.
And-
Just,
she did it
I'm
already.
not gonna
Thank
leave.
you. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Well, we got more done than perhaps.
No, I'm kidding,
People
Diane.
thought.
It was great. Thank you.
Alrighty, I will see you Tuesday, okay?
Bye, Diane.
Bye-bye, Kathy. Thank you, Holly, too, if she's still there. All right.